Hi all, welcome to another video. I know it's been 2 weeks since I posted my last video. There were few travel commitments that I had to do, so I couldn't shoot any video during those days. So let's talk about today's topic, which is I thought is very relevant for all of us, which is how to be a full-time investor. Yes, so I know that whenever I see X, reading through people's tweets, or while talking with colleagues, I know that for a fact that at some point of time in their life, everybody wants to retire and to be a full-time investor or to do something that they likes, basically financially free. So in this video, the primary objective is to discuss about how to be a full-time investor, right? So I have written few points over here to go through the step-by-step procedure to reach there. And the point number one is that to be a full-time investor, we need money, right? We need a corpus. So that's the first thing that we have to keep in our mind. How much money is required, so that we can live our life through our investments and we can be a full-time investor. So when I say full-time investor, it could be through stock market or even through other asset classes as well. But today I will primarily focus on stock market investing because that's what my expertise and that's what I like to talk about more. So first point is you need big corpus. So the natural question is how to build that corpus, right? That's where the second point comes. Unless and until you have a solid background or your parents support you with that kind of corpus, for most of us it is through building the corpus is through job or by doing a business. So initial years should be focused on building that corpus. So I know that there are a lot of videos how to put aside some money for investment purpose, so that after a point of time your investment corpus will grow, and maybe after 10 or 15 years, depending upon the amount that you are keeping aside, it will become a good chunk, right? So that's where our initial years should be. We need to put aside as much as possible. uh, if you can keep some portion of your salary for investment purpose, over a period of time it will grow, and especially if you are putting it in an asset class where it gives you 10-12% or some cases 15% of returns, after a point of time, definitely. So there is a formula as well, right? If you invest 15,000 rupees every month for 15 years with 15% interest, the corpus will reach 1 crore, right? That's a very good doable thing for all of us. But if you can keep more than 50,000 per month, probably you can achieve that 1 crore, maybe little with little less time. But again, that 15% of interest is something that we have to be cognizant of, right? It may vary depending upon the market condition. Hence, second point is building the corpus. So again, I just want to point out a crucial point over here, which is I don't think there is a way to get rich quick, or there is a way to get that big corpus quickly. Of course, there are people who tries for that. I don't have anything against them. Yeah, there are people who trades the market and they reach that corpus faster, but those numbers are very very less, right? Majority of the people will fail in between, or they lose money through trading. So that's the reason I thought, let's uh, talk the conventional approach of building that corpus through job or business. Now comes the third point. Slowly you are building that corpus on the side, you are focusing on your job, but if you don't have a solid knowledge about stock market, where eventually you have to put your money, or you are putting your money through mutual funds or direct stocks, it is extremely important that you have to keep up with the stock market updates, or keep up with the company's fundamentals in which you are going to invest or you are already invested, right? So learning needs to be there all the time while building that corpus. So it's extremely important that you continue to learn, you continue to read what the companies are doing, what's happening in the stock market ecosystem in general, what's happening around the world, so that you will be knowing what kind of investment decision that needs to be taken depending upon the condition or the situation that we are in. So yeah, that's the third point. Learning about stock market, or if you are interested in some other classes for investment purpose, you can learn about that as well. But the larger point is that learning should be there while you build the corpus. Now comes the fourth point, which is extremely, again, very important. There are couple of prerequisites, before becoming a full-time investor. That is, one, all of us or all of you should have a life insurance and health insurance. So you should be covered with insurance. Tomorrow, if something happens, your family should not be suffered financially. So you have to safeguard yourself and your family through life insurance as well as health insurance. If tomorrow, if your health goes wrong, or if some event happens, there should be a health insurance as well. Actually, there is one more thing that I would say, which is optional, but it's good to have. That is having a house, own house for yourself. I know that there are a lot of debates around renting and owning a house, but to be a full-time investor, if you have a house already, uh, that is not in loan. Okay, I mean, of course, while buying a house, you will take a loan, but before becoming a full-time investor, I would say at least more than 50% of your loan should be cleared, so that you will have good breathing space, right, for investment purpose. Or else, if possible, you can completely clear out the loans. The why house is important is that at some stage in your life, there comes a point where you feel like you can't rent forever. uh, I don't know, I mean, it again, it's very subjective, it depends on people to people, but I think most of the people will feel that at some point of time, you need your own house. It gives you security, it gives you that discipline where you can buy things, you can arrange your house in such a way that your life will be much more organized, is what I feel. So having a house will make a huge difference before becoming a full-time investor. So that's the reason I said in the point number one, it's not a easy path, or it's not a quick path. Ideally it will take 15 to 20 years to become a full-time investor. So that is also there, that you have to keep it in your mind. Unless your earning potential increases dramatically, or you upskill in such a way that you are able to make huge salary shift, uh, beginning of your career, then yes, and depending upon your savings, of course you can reach that full-time investor space much more faster. But otherwise, uh, somebody who started their career with 30,000 per month at the age of 23 or so, if they are climbing the ladder slowly, it's completely fine. I mean, you don't have to go through that rat race. I mean, follow your heart, uh, but at the same time upskill yourself, and by 40 45, if everything works well, uh, I feel optimistic that you can be a full-time investor within 15 to 20 years, within that range, if things are aligned. And I feel things will be aligned if you are doing it properly. And fifth point is, we talk about that corpus, but what is that corpus, right? How much money are you targeting to achieve to be a full-time investor? So again, it depends on people, but more realistically speaking, if you reach 1 crore, so uh, for an average person, if there are no loans, only normal expenses are there, if they can live, of course, when kids are there, their education, everything is there. But again, if you calculate the expense, if you can live within 80,000 or so, 60 to 80,000. So if you reach 1 crores, for example, if you put that money into a fixed income asset class which is safe and get 7% return, you will get 7 lakh rupees. If you convert that into monthly basis, you will be getting 60,000, close to 60,000 per month, right? Of course, it's a big cushion for you. You have not reached that full-time investors phase yet, but you are in that direction, and you will have good breather once you reach 1 crore. So that's the first step in that journey, I would say. And to be a full-time investor for anybody, for a comfortable lifestyle, I would say close to 2 crore, 1.8 to 2 crore. If you have, I would say definitely you can try full-time investing. At least you have that time frame of trying out 1 or 2 years, doing your investment, and how things are going, how your returns are coming. So yeah, definitely you can try once you have around 1.8 to 2 crores. So that's more realistically speaking. Again, there are so many caveats to this. If your expenses are much more, uh, then definitely your corpus should be more than 2 crores. But if you can live within your means, yes, 1.8, again I am repeating that 1.8 2 crores is a good money with present day's time, right? So when we talk about future, again, if you consider inflation and all, it can go up a little bit, but I don't want to demotivate ourselves by thinking that. Let's uh, realistically think about 2 crore as a number. And lastly, what I have to tell you is that unless there are no big desires, right? I know with salary jump, we try to improve our lifestyle, or we buy few things that are not required, maybe out of compulsion or out of so and so reason. But again, if there are no big desires as such, it's relatively easy for us, to retire, or to be financially free with relatively smaller corpus. Uh, the happy part is that once you reach a big corpus, it's always possible for you to make it big, right? I mean, just for an example, once you have 1 crore rupees on a year, if you, like, on a particular year, if stock market is booming, or the stocks that you had invested gave you good returns. So say for example, if you are able to make 20% of return in that year, imagine you already made 20 lakh rupees, right, out of that 1 crore. So now your corpus is no longer 1 crore, it's 1 crore 20 lakh, right? So that's how that compounding magic happens once the corpus is big. You can try a lot of trial and errors with small capital. You can put some amount in fixed income asset classes where the risks are very less. Say another example is, if you have 1 crore, put only 50 lakhs in stock market and put the remaining 50 lakhs in fixed income, which can give you around 7 to 8% return, which is around 3 to 3.5, right? I mean, a 7 percentage of 50 lakhs is around 3.5 lakh rupees. So 3.5 to 4 lakh if you can get per annum. Rest 50 lakhs can generate 10, 12, 15 percentage. Eventually, within couple of years, couple or 2 to 3 years, you can be a full-time investor, right? So this is the realistic path to be a full-time investor. But reaching that corpus is what is the challenge that all of us have, and I would strongly suggest all of you to focus on your career, build that wealth through your job or business, or side hustle, whatever it is. The mean doesn't matter, right? How you reach or how you achieve that corpus is something that should be in our mind. So yeah, I hope at some point of time, uh, all of you aspiring investors, we all can reach that stage of becoming a full-time investor. So let's hope for that, and I wish you all happy investing. So yeah, that's all about today's video. I will come up with another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.